In cybernetics, and this applies to life, it applies to nature. In cybernetics, there is this loop of command and control where you keep changing your trajectory until you achieve your target. And so it's impossible for you not to achieve your target, whatever it is, even if you want to just make money. And so we use that in business and finance, for example. Because if you understand how nature works, because you understand the true Stoicism, then you can correct your trajectory by receiving the feedback through the outcomes that you keep iterating, because it's an iterating process, and through this loop that starts with you planning your next move, then taking action. You have to take action. You only acquire that next step through action. Action comes first. Because if you wait for the perfect moment, it will never arrive. You will never have all the information you need. Because you get the information, you acquire the information through action. So first you plan, and then you take action, and then you monitor the outcomes, and be sure they will not be what you would expect. So they're not. You don't call it failure. Don't call it adversities. Don't call it for what they are. They are data. They are feedback. You want them in business and finance. People pay for feedback. If you want to make a marketing campaign, especially online, all those dashboards, when you do a split testing, an A/B testing in marketing campaigns, for example, you already know that most of the outcomes will be not what you would expect. If you are a venture capitalist and you invest in 10 companies, you already know that 9 of those 10 will fail miserably. But one of them, the unicorn, will pay for all the others. So it's part of the business model. So this is the business model of life. So again, you plan, then you do, then you monitor the outcomes, and then you adjust using the information that now you have, that you wouldn't have had if you didn't take action in the first place. So you plan and do, then you monitor, then you adjust, and with those new information, you plan again. And now you take action again. And now again you monitor. And now you adjust again. And you keep refining this model until it is so powerful and so effective that there is nothing that you cannot achieve. And this is embodied philosophy. This is Stoicism as embodied philosophy. Because this is trained into the nervous system. It is trained into decision making, and it is trained into habits, daily habits, into judgments, and into your reflexes. You become an expression of the Logos. This is the idea of Stoicism, because you are an expression of the Logos. And if you learn to live in accordance with it, there's nothing that you cannot achieve in this life. And also, there's this sense of fulfillment, of meaning in what you do, of purpose. And this is this sense of really feeling the eudaimonia, that happiness that comes when you are feeling the flourishing of your soul, the flourishing of your mind through embodying virtue. And so, this is why so many people think that they're being stoic, when in reality, they are just avoiding discomfort. But again, that's not Stoicism. That's avoidance. Stoicism doesn't avoid discomfort. Actually, there is also a practice called you voluntarily put yourself in discomfort. So you practice voluntary discomfort. And so I'm thinking now about Paul, because Paul made a great point in his article. He made a great point about indifference. And so I want to underline this because it's crucial. In classical Stoicism, external things are indifferent, but in terms of moral value, not in terms of practical relevance. So money is indifferent morally, and so is status, and so is health, and so is also the car that you drive. But that doesn't mean that they don't matter. It means that they are tools, and the tools can be used well or badly. So the Stoic question is never what did you choose, but it is why. Why did you choose it? Did reason govern your decision, or impulse, or fear, or ego, or social pressure? That question is everything. It's everything I see that usually in business, for example. But yet, if we look at online Stoicism, then online Stoicism often stops at the first half of the sentence and throws away the second. Because you read and you hear those, those nothing matters, those don't care, those detach. That's not Stoicism. That's also, I would say, nihilism, but also in that case is a distorted nihilism with a Greek font. And I'm saying this bluntly because entrepreneurs and leaders that I work with cannot afford this confusion. They can't, because you already face decision fatigue, you already carry financial anxiety, and you already deal with team issues, isolation, pressure, and also the fear of being outpaced by the market. And so what you need if you are an operator, again, in my case, I see that in leaders in business and finance who has to face this environment. So what you need in this case is not emotional shutdown. What you need is clarity. What you need is clarity. And Stoicism gives clarity. This is what Stoicism does, but only when it's practiced correctly. So this is why I'm making this video. And this is why I'm responding to Paul's concern. And this is why I want this channel that I've created to become a place where Stoicism is lived, not cosplayed. I want us to embody this philosophy because before we go deeper, and we will go deeper, I will pause here. I will pause here. Because if you're anything like me, I'm sure you've been there. You've been overloaded. You've been pulled in 10 different directions, trying to stay composed while the ground keeps shifting. And so that's why I'm creating these videos, and I created this channel because my goal here is to make it easier on you who is watching this video. Because society has already made it hard enough on us. And so I believe that Stoicism, only Stoicism, can offer us a philosophy to be lived, to be embodied, and to feel again that sense of meaning in life. And so I created this video based on Paul's article, but if you're still here and you're still watching, let me know if this resonated with you. If you felt that something about online stoicism felt off, but perhaps you couldn't articulate it, then stay with me, because I'm creating more videos, and in the next video we are going to dismantle exactly how this distortion happened and why it spreads so well online, and most importantly, why intelligent, driven people keep falling for it, even when it doesn't actually work. And so, if you want to stay with me also in the next videos, be sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Let me know if you resonated with what I exposed here about that distorted version of Stoicism. So you can hit the like button, and you can write a comment for me, so that I also know what is your opinion and your personal experience. So for now, I'll close this video, but as I'm saying, I'll continue in the next one, and so I invite you to keep working with me, because this was just the beginning. So you will find here the next video. You can click on it now so that we can keep working this path together, and I will meet you there. Live long and prosper. Marcus, vieni qui! Bravo! Bravo Marcus! Dai, 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 dai!
Business and finance stoicism, with purpose, strength, and clear precision.